Welcome back once again. I figure it is high time we have another Low End Radio studio tour. This one is accurate as of the date that you see on the video itself. There will probably be a couple of other things that will be added. I do have plans to have a mixer upgrade that will take place eventually. And also some more of the studio gizmos. Possibly another camera or two. I haven't really decided yet. Well, that's really cruising for a sympathy vote here. But anyway, we'll fix that. I guess we could start with the camera. That's the JVC Vario GZ-E200. If you're wondering what happened to it, there it is. Still works fine for that. Of course, it's useless for taking videos because it's permanently stuck in manual focus mode after the LCD screen broke. The other camera is this Panasonic Palmcorder PVL608. Again, this one's got issues with a loose belt in the tape mechanism, so I just use it as the permanent studio camera. And then we can just go through the rack here. There's the primary UPS, APC Back UPS Pro 1500. It's in charge of all of the computers that are on the UPS anyway, and also the network over here on this side of the room. Right beside that is a stream encoder computer. Bases itself around an Asus Q87M-E motherboard, an Intel Core i7-4770 CPU. It's got 16 gigabytes of memory, a 128 gigabyte Western Digital SSD, and it's running Windows 7. I forget what capture card it's got, and I think it's the Philips NXP SAA 7130 based card that's in there right now. Right beside that is the party line machine. Some of you might remember this. This is the machine I built out of that HP Pavilion A320N case. It's got an Intel DQ35JOE motherboard, a Core 2 Duo E8200, I believe. I think it was an E8200. It's an E8000 something or another. I want to say it's got 4 gigs of RAM in it, possibly 8, but I'm going to guess 4. And 128 gigabyte Apacer SSD and Windows 8. It's used as the call-in machine. I think I mentioned that already. The machine beside it's the slideshow computer, although it doesn't actually go into the video switch directly anymore. It's just run over VNC. That is the Intel DQ67 SWB3 with the Core i7-2600 CPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabyte SSD of some description or another. I don't remember exactly which one it is, and it is running Windows 7. Right beside that, in that evil spaghetti mess you don't need to look at or comment about, is the Triplite UPS, which is responsible for powering most of the audio gear. Alright, it's coming up here. There's the Sears VCR. Haven't actually used it yet, but I could if I wanted to. It is hooked up and all of that. Above that is the Technics SH8017 graphical equalizer. Technics RSTR270 cassette deck. This is temporary. This is another thing that I'm probably going to end up replacing with a single deck units once I actually do finally get them up from If You Like Good Ideas living room. But that'll be a thing at some point. Down here, this is new as of tonight. This is the JVC, or AJVC XLV131 single disc CD player. I have it here just because it's handy, so I can have a spare in the old Pioneer PDM6, which is up there, will be used as the spare. I just think that this one looks kind of cool. And it's in impeccable condition. I'll go ahead and I'll turn this on here. Just make the UPS on the other side of the room freak out because it's way too sensitive. But if you go ahead and look, you can see excellent emissions on that vacuum fluorescent display. Anyway, over here is the single video switch that I've got going on right now. I may add one more, just depending upon what my future plans are. But for right now, I've only got basically 3 inputs: the VCR and 2 cameras. So this is more than good enough for that. The microphone is a Shure SM58. It's got a big long cable back there. Whatever. Beside that is something else that is new as of today. Technics SLPD9 5-disc CD changer with the multi-stage noise shaping, the MASH system. It actually replaced this down here. This is a Sony CDP C235 that is really temperamental about reading discs. So I decided I had enough of that, and I got rid of it. Above that's Proton 740, my very high-end stereo cassette deck. Above that is Pioneer PD M423 6-disc CD changer. Again, probably something that I may change out at some point, because I really don't need 6 discs. And personally, the one thing that really matters to me is having a countdown display, and this does not have that. So, I don't know, I got a couple, actually I've got one up there that does, the Yamaha, but I don't know if I'm going to end up actually going through with my plan to put that in place. Over here is the Kenwood DPR891 5-disc CD changer. Got the JVC KD-A11 stereo cassette deck, and then above that is a Technics SLP230 single-disc CD player. Now somebody's probably going to ask me, dude, why do you need so many CD players and tape decks? Well, it's come in handy several times. These are used units, and they could encounter failures at any time. So the idea here is to have redundancy. So if, for example, I've got an issue with this CD player up here which decides to malfunction, I can just take the discs out of it and use one of the single disc players or add the discs to the 2 remaining changers and keep going as if nothing ever happened. That is one of the big reasons. And I like, on Roland Radio I do song sets in sets of 3. 3 songs per set. So I like having 3 examples of each thing in order to do that. So that's really justification for it. And it gives equipment that would otherwise be sitting around doing nothing something to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn this off. This doesn't really need to be on. If you come up here, there's a display that's hooked up to the stream encoder computer via DVI, I believe. I can't actually see, but yeah, it looks like that's hooked up through DVI. Below that, we got the Rant Panther, so to speak, the Pink Panther beanie. There's one of the 2 speakers that I use for monitoring. These things are, these things are pieces of crap. I need to get rid of them. It'll happen eventually. There's the hard drive that stores all the music. I've had it for a while and it seems to be working fairly well. Seagate 500 gigabyte. A couple of mice for various computers. There's a decorative plate. I need to hook this back up again. But this is the lava lamp. Behind that is the D-Link, what is that? The GOSW8GE or something like that. I forgot what the exact model is. An 8-port gigabit switch. That does all the networking stuff. This is the music player computer, the Gateway Profile 4.5. Still running, Pentium 4 of some description or another. I really don't remember what the specs are. I think it's got 2 gigs of RAM in it. And it's running Linux Mint 19. The keyboard is in front of it. This is that TG3 mechanical keyboard. Sticker is optional. There's the other speaker. This is the Advantech PPC 120T RT touchscreen-based Pentium MMX system. I think it's a Pentium 233 with MMX. It's running Windows NT 4. I use that as my soundboard computer because it's got the touchscreen. It's very handy. There, of course, is the camera sitting on this broken Hitachi Vision Plate tablet, which is being used as a handy tray. Over here, primary mixer. This is the Behringer Xenix 1204 USB. I want to upgrade it to something that's a little bit better than that. I have one that's going to be a little bit better than that if it happens to work. I gave $10 for it, so. Beside that is the, what is that? That's the 802, the Xenix 802. I wanted to hook that up as well to give me more inputs, but unfortunately I can't find the power supply for it. So that might be a problem. Of course, there is the monitor, that's for the slideshow computer. And last but not least, up on the top shelf, that's the monitor for the call-in machine, and then there's a CD rack there that I use to store all of the CDs that I play on the show. I think that just about does it. There really isn't anything else here in the studio that is, studio equipment. So, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.